I wanted to make a quick little video on basically parenting with a disability yourself. One of the hardest things to do in this life is just parent, period. I think most of you can agree with that. And it's not hard, it's just learning how to navigate the difference of your child's needs and just life, period. And so I wanted to make a quick video inspired by other moms that I've seen on social media, which I am so psyched about, that moms are just coming out and talking about not issues, but more of solutions of parenting, period. But then when you parent and you throw a disability on top of it, like I have, which is neuromyelitis optica, it becomes a tad bit more difficult to parent. And so I've looked for ways to bring the fun to me in my house. And when I say look for ways to bring fun into my house, meaning so I don't have to leave my house due to the fact that I have to walk with a cane, or I have to walk with crutches, or now I'm walking with an A-linker soon. And it's just a lot to deal with when you have a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old, both boys, both always fighting with each other and then hugging it out and then kissing it and then screaming and then jumping and then think they're Spider-Man. Boys are crazy sometimes. So as a mother with a disability, I've kind of learned some tips and tricks on how to just get my days going. For example, the night before a school night, I am making breakfast because I know it takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to get out of bed because my muscle spasticities in my legs are crazy beyond stiff. So I just make sure to have breakfast ready the night before. And since now I am a stay-at-home work type of mom, since I don't have to do lunch for anybody other than, my kids the day before for their school the next day, but I'm saying like I don't have to do lunch during the day, I straight up just cook dinner at like 10 o'clock in the morning and just heat it up at night. Why? Because as the day progresses and I'm doing little things here and there, or I'm doing work for other things, I tend to get tired as the day progresses. And so that's how I've learned my own schedule and what works for me, basically, so that the day can flow smoothly with the kids and my husband and my dog, Charlie. It gets a little crazy and hectic, but I do have to say that we live in an era where everything is brought to us. It's not a bad thing at all, actually. It's actually made my life a whole lot easier. And I don't have no shame in recognizing these companies because it's been an awesome experience for me. For example, there's Instacart. I don't remember the last time I went to the supermarket, for the simple fact that getting dressed, going down the stairs to the garage, getting in my car, and just going to the supermarket either by myself or with my kids or with my husband is a big task for me nowadays. So nowadays it's either my husband doing the shopping or Instacart, and I don't want to give him more than what he already has. I mean, the man helps me out a lot. So what I tend to do is just spend a few extra dollars and just Instacart it and get it delivered to me. Now, a lot of people might think, oh, it's not the same because, you can't pick out your own produce or your meat or whatever. You know what? I honestly just appreciate the fact that there's even a service out there that is doing that for me, period. One, I'm busy as heck working on things here at home, helping my husband run his business and a whole bunch of other stuff that I do. And two, I don't have the energy or the legs to get up and go to the supermarket. So the fact that I can use an app and literally put milk, cereal, eggs, and whatever, whether I want it organic or not, is awesome for me. So if you haven't already checked that out, and this is not a paid sponsorship, this is just a convenience mother-to-mother life hack tip, use Instacart. And I'm sure there's other supermarkets out there like Peapods I've used as well, but I tend to like more Instacart. It's like same day. Like for example, today I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna make for dinner. I don't have any chicken, fish, or anything. Instacart some steak and stuff and chicken. They brought it over, and I have dinner made for tonight and breakfast for tomorrow morning with whatever I have there. The other thing I wanted to mention was the days that I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling well. Like, for example, when I got my IVIG treatment and the days leading up to me going to the hospital 2 weeks back, I just wasn't feeling it. I was not feeling well. I did not want to stand up in front of the stove. My legs were just collapsing. So I literally ordered food all the time. And one thing is ordering food, like calling the pizza shop and just, hey, let me get a slice of pizza, whatever, or a box of pizza. The other thing is these new apps that they're coming with, DoorDash and Grubhub and these other things. It's amazing because then I can order from a restaurant that usually will not deliver because they're a restaurant, and I can order a little bit more quality food for my family and not feel so ashamed of ordering so much takeout during the week, especially for a mom who has a chronic illness like mine. I mean, moms, it's hard enough parenting, let alone parenting with a disability. And the other thing is too, as a parent, we know that having a schedule in our house is very important. Having things done, having dinner done by a certain time, bath time done, and just having the kids in bed by a certain time. It is super important, not only for the kids, but for ourselves too, to be sane. So having a schedule in your household is like important, basically, for your own sanity, period. The other part of parenting is obviously keeping your house clean and having laundry done and do all this stuff. And that part I've had to get somebody, hired somebody and pay them, because I'm on my laundry room is downstairs in the basement where like the other family room is. And so for me to go up and down the stairs, that's just like that's not happening. So I've had to hire people, and thankfully it's been very nice people who's came to my house, and you know, I've said, okay, I need this done, I need laundry, I need upstairs cleaned, the kids' room, because I can't go up the stairs with all the buckets and all that stuff. And that's how I've kind of helped to manage my house stay sane, and not put so much of the workload on my husband, who, Lord bless him, already does so much just dealing with me and my disability, which I'm conscious of. But I don't feel bad for that because it's for better or worse, honey. So don't you ever feel guilty for sprinkling some extra work on your partner. I'm just saying. Anyways, those are kind of my hacks on how I survive my house. And since I'm always home too, and now that it's snowing here up in New England, I really don't want to get out. But when I do get out, I try to keep it short. Why? Because it is tiring for somebody who suffers from like fatigue like me, chronic illness, chronic pain, muscle spasticity. Let's keep it short and simple. Like before, I used to not plan anything, like, hey, let's just go out and see where the day takes us. Now it's not so much like that. Now it's like, okay, so Sunday we're gonna go take the kids bowling, we're gonna have lunch there, and we'll come back. But I'm already in my mind, like I'm just like, okay, I'm not having lunch there because I'm not eating the fried food there, because Lord knows we don't need that inflammation in my body. The point is, planning your outings as a parent with a disability is super important. Not only because I have to work around my son, my 4-year-old son's nap time, but I have to work around my own disability, and I have to make sure that I still have enough energy at home to do what I can do for my family. It's hard enough, like I said, for a regular parent, mother, father, just to parent and just to keep things going at the household. But having all this with a disability, it's a little tad bit harder, and I'm sure other parents with a disability out there can relate. And it's just about using your brain and using the creativity and using the internet and Amazoning all these projects that you can do at home, so the kids don't feel homebounded or don't feel like they're going crazy because they're home all the time because mom can't go out as often or whatnot. I've used different type of methods. I always get some projects going for the kids, and I really am not a project person because I don't like the mess. I have a little OCD with that. So when it comes to like painting and things like that, like I am like, I have to like relax and let it go. And I'm like, all right, make the mess you're gonna make, hurry up. I just wanted to let you guys know a little bit of what's the inside of parenting with a disability, and the fact that I'm always home with the kids and now more with the snow falling down. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it's definitely doable, and you just have to find ways around it. And when you find your schedule or your routine or your way around it, it'll just sail by. Anyways, Fabs, nice talking to you, but I need to get dinner started. Fabs, have a fab day, and let me know, any parents out there, what is your schedule or what is your routine to keep your house going with the kids, family outings, food, and everything. Let me know. And I also know that I'm very lucky to have my husband, and that a lot of parents or a lot of mothers or a lot of fathers who do parent with a disability don't have a spouse or don't have that significant other person to help. But I'm sure you have family members that give you that lending hand and that help you out. Or friends. There are friends out there that become family, and that's the best feeling ever. I know I have a couple of friends that I consider my family, that if something was to happen to me, like, can you take my kids for a little bit or whatever? And I know for a fact that they're there to help. So asking for help is never a bad thing when you need it. And I just wanted to touch upon parenting with a disability. So my friends, have a fab day and be fabulous.